All right. I am here with Gianluca Firenze. Gianluca is one of my English students here in Italy. And his current job title is, I think, sales manager, right? Or account sales manager?
No, account manager.
Account manager. Okay. And I met Gianluca probably a few months back. And
Yes.
when we first met, he was looking for a teacher with a strategy, okay, like a particular
Yes.
program, okay. And because one of his older teachers, she would just have like random lessons, okay.
Yes.
And I remember one of his when we first started, he was looking for a job, and he found a job, and he starts.
Yes.
I think you start this week, right, or next
No, on the 15th.
on the 15th. Okay, so next month he starts.
Yes.
And we had some classes and we had some interviews. So Gianluca is going to tell his story now. Okay. And so the first question that I have for you is, what motivated you to learn English?
Yes, because I have been working in an international contest environment, and I am always used to talk with colleagues,
I'm used to talking with colleagues.
yes, colleagues from several parts of the world.
Mhm.
And yes, and my goal was to change my job, to look for other job opportunities.
Mhm.
And it was always requested to speak English fluent, or to know English very well. So for me, it still is my goal to improve my language, my English, to be always more fluent, and to speak with colleagues, and to be good in an international environment.
Okay, and you talked about colleagues. Can you mention that a little bit more? What was your situation like with speaking with your colleagues before you met me?
Yes, it was very very bad. The situation was very very bad, because when I spoke on the phone with my colleagues, I didn't understand quite anything. So because they were so fast, so natural. And my first problem was to understand when some native spoke to me.
When a native speaker spoke to me.
When a native speaker, yeah, spoke to me. So my first goal was to improve my listening. mm, and with you, I find myself very
Comfortable.
very comfortable. Yes. Yeah.
What was your English level before you started with me?
I think B1 dot one.
B1.2.
B1.2.
And,
Okay.
and for those who don't know what that is, that's like almost upper intermediate. Okay.
Okay.
And so how did you find me?
Uh, how did I find you? I
Yeah.
find you. Yeah, you are very nice teacher, because you are very scheduled in your work, in
Okay.
your job, and you don't like to waste time, and you like to reach goals, to improve yourself and improve your students.
Yeah.
So you want to improve your teaching, and you want that your students grow up
And
with you.
and how did we first meet?
uh, our first meeting.
Like how did we meet? How did you meet me?
Okay, on Google.
Okay, so you were searching on Google.
Yeah, I searched on Google and I searched for English teacher online. I think online teacher,
Hmm.
and I saw your page, and yeah, it was stand out on my face, and I decided to contact you.
Okay. And before, what was your process of learning English before you started with me?
Very random with some classroom with the teacher, once a week or once per 2 weeks, and
Once every 2 weeks?
once every 2 weeks, but without any plan. Now it's different. I'm studying more, and I'm more on the yeah, I'm studying more, and I'm studying by reading, by listening, by speaking with you. So much better than before.
Okay. And how has your English changed since starting with me?
I'm more confident sometimes, and I'm more yes, I'm more confident, and more confident listening too. That was my first point.
Okay. And you are using English to find a job. What kind of job were you looking for?
Was looking for a yeah, I was looking for a job, um, for a software house in the digital solutions, and I got it.
Okay. Congratulations. And what was the interview process like?
This one,
Yeah, for the new job.
okay. The first meeting was in English, so it was hard because she was from the interviewer was is from Dublin.
Okay.
So, but it went well because I understood quite the 80%, 80-90%. So it went well because I got the job. So I think it went well.
And what happened during the interview? Talk about the process during the interview.
The process, she started talking. She started talking about the company, talking about the job, and then she asked for my presentation. So what I'm doing now, what is the business of my company, and then she asked me some specific questions about the goals I reached, about the target I work for, the company target I work for, and about the specific sectors, etc. So some specific questions, and then she asked me at the end. She asked me, of course, why she would
Why she
um,
should have.
should have hired me, and what were my motivations,
What was my motivation?
to work with them. So
Okay.
that was
And before the interview, we talked about the negotiation part.
numbers.
Well, you don't have to
Yeah,
mention the numbers, but tell us about the negotiation. What happened with the negotiation?
yes, it happened at the end of the process. The last interview, she told me the amount, the earning they decided for me, and I knew that there were no negotiation with them, But I asked her for something more, and she said okay, and she tried to negotiate. She tried to ask, to say that she would have asked to her boss, but at the end I reached the money, the amount I wanted.
Okay, and do you think our negotiation class helped you to negotiate in this situation?
Yes, of course, because we studied about three different levels that you have to have in your mind: a basis, an intermediate, and a high level. So the base level is something that maybe you won't accept. The intermediate amount is something that you would accept, but not so happy.
You
And
won't be so happy with it.
yes, and the third level is what you want, what you really want, to be happy to get a job.
So taking classes with me, you received a return on your investment.
Yes, I can say yes. Yes.
That's
Great.
awesome. And
Yeah.
when you're going to be starting, I think May 15th. May
Yes.
15th. Okay. And the last question I have is, what advice do you have for my other students for, improving their English or for getting a job?
My first advice is to practice. More you practice, more you
The
learn.
more you practice,
The more you practice, the more you learn. Practice in speaking, practice with listening, with proficiency, and each part of your improving process has to be done. Have to be done.
each part of the process has to be done.
Has
Yeah,
to be done.
to
Yes,
improve. All
to
right.
improve.
Do you have any questions or comments for me?
No, the next step will be how to, yeah. Now we joined. We got the job,
Yeah.
but the next step is how to approach the first days in
Yes.
an international environment. How to
Hmm.
present to colleagues, how to present to your boss, how to train in English,
Hmm.
how to listen to conferences in English.
Yeah.
So the first step is that.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. We'll have a class about that. We'll have a few lessons
Yes.
about that. And
Yes.
so I just want to say thank you, Gianluca. Again, congratulations. Okay.
Thank you,
Uh,
Paul.
awesome. All right, Gianluca.
I hope I went good.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And
Thank you,
we'll
Paul.
talk. We'll talk next time in the next class.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to stop recording now here.